good hot minute since I've actually checking out a fan fiction that I legitimately did enjoy, and one that, honest to God, actually is something that kind of is near and dear to my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, that fan fiction, of course, is Deku the Dark Knight. And it's basically Batman! Or everything that celebrates the wonders of Batman and old school Timverse DC. The author actually had to message me on the comments section of the first review because, well, my notifications for some reason didn't kick off, so I am kind of happy for that. However, I am now following him on the fanfiction side as well as AO3, although I do ask them to kind of try and post to Wattpad, honestly. It'd be kind of nice. Just saying. But, ladies and gentlemen, why am I excited for this chapter? Well, not only does it include, of course, some more Timverse goodness, and a little bit more of the, you know, a little bit more world building, especially a little bit of fun, and even a little bit more entry into Cadmus. A little bit more into that, which, let's be honest here, Cadmus has always been an interesting organization, especially when they got played by a fucking fiddle, or like a fucking fiddle, by none other than Lex goddamn Luthor back in the day, which, just gonna say this now, really fucking hope we get some more Timverse goodies in this, including a few other things, which we will get to in later, which I will get into my suggestions part of this review. But what does this chapter include? This chapter includes a fan favorite, and continues on the tradition of fucking Batman. It includes the goddamn Joker.
You'll never believe what happened to me today.
Oh.
Huh.
Not just any Joker, mind you. A lovely combination of Heath Ledger's Joker and Jack Nicholson's Joker. You have to understand, I am containing myself because of how amazing and how well they nailed this. Legitimately, even throwing in some cool little tidbits from the actual Tim Burton movie. The '89 Batman. The Batman I actually have on VHS. No, seriously, I legitimately have it on VHS, and even its sequel on VHS. That just shows how much of a fan I am of Tim Burton's work, especially Batman. Because I have both VHS tapes. Moving on. Because here's the thing, folks. When you bring in the Joker and you combine him with two of, in my opinion, best fucking Jokers, including fucking, again, Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson, you combine something really good. And legitimately, he does. He does the Heath Ledger coming out of the body bag scene. He does the mobster meeting of Jack Nicholson's Joker. He even has Bob.
And Bob, remember, you are my number one guy. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. It even gets better! He did the parade scene! And dear God alive, if that wasn't the best fucking thing about this! It also shows a lot more of what can happen down the fucking line. Hell, if he wanted to, he could do more of Jack Nicholson Heath Ledger mixture, including the interrogation scene, which I'm not going to play the clip of because I've already skirted by the copyright system so far, by far, thank God, but I'm not going to risk my copyright system fucking me over, basically. But if you know the scene, you know the goddamn scene. Hell, a big one, ladies and gentlemen, that this guy can do is even do the love interest part, especially the fucking museum scene, which again, if you know, you know. But the big thing though, ladies and gentlemen, is that, again, we got a little bit more into Cadmus in this, and believe me, I want to talk more about the Joker stuff. I want to gush more about the Joker stuff. I really do, but I don't want to spoil it for you because I want you to go read this yourself, and I want you to enjoy this yourself as a Batman fan of the Timverse and the Tim Burton Batmans, goddammit! Because they literally nailed it! They fucking nailed it! But, there's a little more we need to talk about, of course. The big thing we need to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact of, well, we got a little bit more into Cadmus. We learned a little bit more about Cadmus. And believe me when I say that the Cadmus stuff actually is really interesting. Now, we didn't learn a lot more about who actually leads the organization, or kind of more about the organization as a whole, outside of they work with underground heroes, and how many active underground heroes they actually have under their command. You notice I said command. For those who don't know what Cadmus actually is, or didn't bother to watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, what the fuck is wrong with you people? They are essentially a paramilitary organization of the US government whose task is basically to fight metas who may turn against them. Hell, even later on, when they start kind of questioning their own motives and kind of how far away they've gotten, even Waller starts kind of questioning her own motives with Cadmus. And Waller, Amanda Waller, is an amazing character. I love her design in Justice League. Don't get me wrong, her design in the Snyderverse is okay. But there's something about a big black woman that just kind of makes her more intimidating than a skinny black woman, okay? I'm just saying. And here's the thing. And I'm just saying this now. When we finally get the Cadmus stuff, we finally learn more about the Cadmus stuff down the line, I would love for it to still be a Waller. A Waller is who's in charge of this, who is still doing this. And again, much like Batman's legacy, when we learned about, again, learned about the origin of Batman and kind of the fact of the world needs a Batman, Deku could kind of ask the questions that need to be asked. Why him? Why him? Why him be the Batman? And it could be addressed to him clinically, cynically, and just essentially he fit the criteria. He fit the criteria to be the Batman. And what could be done with this, especially now with a lot of stuff going on, especially in the manga and the anime, and the fact that the Hero Safety Commission is not as clean as it could be, there could be actual clandestine movements against the Hero Safety Commission. Because, again, Cadmus is technically a US government operation, and is a Black Ops operation attached to the intelligence branch of the US government. So the authors, talking to you directly, if you wanted to, you could actually have some nice little spy games going on. You could have them moving against each other in the shadows, not really attacking each other outright. And when the Hero Safety Commission comes against Cadmus out in the fucking open to basically try and arrest someone or even go after someone who is under Cadmus's protection, you can pull the fucking scene from Justice League and use that line!
Not gonna happen. Long Shadow's with us.
Safeties.
Mine are bigger than yours.
Stand down.
I don't gotta go any further than that. The clip says it all. The implications say it all. Especially when the fucking Phantom War arc does happen. And the war happens, actually. You can pull some DC No Man's Land into this. And the fact that you introduce the Sons of Batman, and the fact that you actually use that fucking line. Calming down, calming down, calming down. Here's the thing. The moment that shit goes down, and the No Man Land stuff goes down, and the police basically say that he's too big for them to go after, when the pro-heroes realize that Batman is too big for them to go after, you can use the scene from that amazing animated Batman movie.
Tonight, I am going to maintain order in Gotham City. You are going to help me. But not with these. These are loud and clumsy. These are the weapons of cowards. Our weapons are precise and quiet. In time, I will teach them to you. But for tonight, you will rely on your brains and your fists. Tonight, we are the law. Tonight, I am the law.
So much potential. So much potential! And I'm saying this as an honest-to-God 90s kid who grew up on the Timverse and then everything after. I grew up with this shit. I love this fucking thing. I love Batman as an amazing character. Yes, his no-kill rule is a little bit hypocritical from time to time, but even then, it's the goddamn Batman. Hell, you can have an emotional moment when Eerie is introduced proper, mind you, or at least when we start seeing a lot of these other characters kind of coming into play, you can start creating the Bat family. Hell, there are a lot of things you can bring in from not just Batman's mythos as a whole, but also from the Justice League as a whole. Hell, you can bring in a Catwoman-ish like character. You can bring in a Talia al Ghul type character, which, dear God, bringing up the League of Shadows is a can of worms in its own self, as well as the Court of fucking Owls, which, dear God, if you people need to know how crazy Gotham is, or just how deep a rabbit hole of conspiracies and shit goes, fucking look up the Court of Owls, okay? Just look up the Court of Owls and just dig into them, because that is some deep state Illuminati conspiracy shit right there. Not to mention the fact of the moment that more love interests are kind of introduced, because let's face it, Bruce Wayne has a type of woman he likes. He likes them dangerous and he likes them mysterious, and he may or may not have a cat fetish. Because, again, Catwoman, as well as fucking Cheetah, when he makes the moves on her and they lock lips when he's restrained.
Too much curiosity can be dangerous.
Maybe I like danger.
Do you?
Try me.
I'm just saying. And yes, for anyone who knows what her original exit out of the show was originally, believe me, that shit was fucked up. That shit was so fucked up. She deserved so much better than the hand she was dealt as a character. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. I love that she is kind of doing her own thing, but she's more than just a hot villain, cheetah, furry, baiting girl for Wonder Woman to kind of fight on a day-to-day basis. She is essentially a character that legitimately could work in My Hero Academia. Someone who is trying to use animal DNA to basically help cure incurable diseases and cancer, but then kind of got used as an experiment herself. That shit could work in My Hero Academia, and Izuku Midoriya could actually bring her on into his company, as well as a part of this. Cadmus could fucking bring it. There is so much that could be done with her character, I'm just saying, okay? There's so much that can be done with the Bat Family stuff. There's so much that can be done with the Court of Owls stuff. There's so much that can be done with the fucking League of Shadows stuff. I am not joking when I say, authors, the fact that you are using the Timverse as your source, as well as the good Batman media, you have high praises. You are doing so good. And I want you to keep doing good going forward. Hell, I want you to somehow bring the Justice League back into this. Somehow. I want you to somehow bring fucking Superman into this, motherfucker. I don't know how you could do it. I don't even know how you could bring Young Justice into this. I don't know. And I ain't talking about that later shit with the Phantoms and stuff. Don't get me wrong, there was some cool stuff in that, but you get what I'm saying now. There is so much you can do, even with, of course, the sad stuff, including Ace. Not gonna play the scene, because if you know, you know, and you know no Timverse fan can watch that scene or that episode without being emotional, without getting emotional, without feeling sorry for that girl, because the sad part is that her voice actress was Raven, and that voice actress cannot help but play sad, broken characters. I'm not saying you have to do that. But I wouldn't be disappointed if you did do that as well. I wouldn't be. What I will say, though, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You need to read this one for yourself. You need to go show these guys as much support as you can. Go show them a lot of support. Go tell them what they are doing is good, because they legitimately are. Go share this thing, both the FanFiction version and the AO3 version. Hell, I am hoping they make a Wattpad version, because I legitimately want to see this on Wattpad, because they could blow up in Wattpad. They have more creative freedoms on Wattpad to be able to introduce the music and stuff. Hell, I know I should talk about the Two-Face stuff and the fact that the detective, who basically has a lie detecting quirk, if you're going to do that with him, do the Harvey Dent episode from Timverse. Do that episode with the split personality stuff. Please.
Good. Now, Harvey, I would like to speak with your other personality. I would like to talk with Big Bad Harv.
I don't think he wants to talk.
He must if we're to help you. Please try. Big Bad Harv?
Speaking.
Please. Because that is the best Harvey Dent origin story we've ever gotten outside of the comics. And believe me, it will be amazing. And I hope to God you do more with this stuff. I hope to God you do a lot more with this stuff, because it is amazing. But I have rambled on long enough. Because I'm just going to say this now. If you want to read this yourself, pin comment down below to both the AO3 and FanFiction.net version. As well as down there, links to help support what I do on this platform, because I am supported by you, my viewers, and what I do. And if you want to help out with future reviews or even sponsor review, there's a tier list down below, as well as a PayPal and Cash App down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, helping yourself out. I shall show you lovely, lovely people in the next video. Till next time. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, he is the night.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!